Please welcome longtime supporter of Boys and Girls Clubs of Tampa Bay and a special advocate for young people, Mayor Bob Buckhorn.
Good morning. Come on, that was lame. Good morning. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. First of all, to the amazing Vinnick family, Jeff and Penny, thank you for, number one, the decision to move to this community, but more importantly, the decision to believe in this community. Your generosity knows no bounds, and we are thankful for having you here, and thank you for the generosity that you have demonstrated to the Boys and Girls Clubs. That family is going to make a difference in our city, and we are lucky to have them, and I am thankful to count them as our friends. You know, as mayor, I follow in the footsteps of a lot of great mayors, some of whom may be here today. Whether it's Mayor Nucio, Mayor Greco, Mayor Friedman, Mayor Iorio, Mayor Poe, mayors who have supported the Boys and Girls Club for over 90 years. That's a partnership that has made a difference in the lives of many in our community, and that is a partnership that certainly I intend to fulfill, and I know that my successors will do the same because we recognize the difference that you make in this community by touching the lives of some of the young people who need you so desperately. So in keeping with that, and I'm not going to read all the whereases, but suffice it to say that today is a special day. And now, therefore, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of the city of Tampa, I do hereby proclaim December 14th, 2016 as Boys and Girls Club Day in the city of Tampa, and I urge all of our citizens to thank the Boys and Girls Club for the amazing job that they do. Ladies and gentlemen, this day is your day. But this breakfast wouldn't have happened without some special sponsors, so I want you to join me, and if you please hold your applause until I get through them. The three Breakfast of Champions sponsors who continued to lead the way for this event. Please, again, hold your applause. We couldn't do it without their generous support. First, Cigna, which you see up on the screen, the Fuente Family Foundation, and longtime supporters, the New York Yankees. Please give them all a generous round of applause. The next two sponsors are at the platinum level, and these also have long-standing partnerships with the Boys and Girls Clubs. Please help me recognize Freeman Audio Visual and the Walter Foundation. But most importantly, I want to thank all of you. This is a city that is in the midst of an amazing transformation. This is a city that 6 years ago was emerging out of the wreckage of the worst recession since the Great Depression. This is a city that is on the verge of something special. This is a city that is about to turn the page in its book of history. This is a city that has become that place of hope, that place of destiny, that place where the best and the brightest want to be. But if we're going to be that shining city on the hill, if we're going to be that place where that rising tide of prosperity touches every neighborhood and every kid, then what you're doing here today makes a difference. What you're doing here today ensures that no kid will be left behind, and that those kids, like my two daughters on Davis Island and your kids in Palmacia and Tampa Palms and New Suburb Beautiful, that the kids who live in East Tampa and Balm and Ruskin and West Tampa will have the same opportunities that our kids have, the same chance for a better future, the same belief that this community cares about them. They may not look like us. They may be of different ethnicities or different races. You may never meet them, but I can tell you that they are all of our kids. And they deserve the same fighting chance that my two little girls do. You're here because you believe in the capacity of those kids. You're here because you know you have a moral obligation that as we rise, we must also lift. You're lifting today. You're making a difference in the lives of kids that you will never know. But those kids, like that speaker we heard earlier, like Brooke Bennett, like thousands of other Tampanians who have come before, some of you who are in this room today, who but for the Boys and Girls Club could have gone astray, and you wouldn't be judges, and you wouldn't be elected officials, and you wouldn't be successful business leaders. You are that because someone cared. There was a coach. There was a mentor. There was a donor that you never knew who gave you an opportunity to improve yourself and gave you the belief that somebody cared. This is a community that cares. This is a community that's not leaving anybody behind. This is a community that invests in its physical infrastructure because we know that there, but for the grace of God, that could be us. This is a community that doesn't build walls, we build bridges. Thank you for believing in the capacity of this city to be great. But more importantly, thank you for recognizing your obligation to be a part. Dig deep. You're touching lives. You're making a difference. And at the end of the day, when they write about us and they ask us, Mom or Dad, Abuela, Abuelo, what did you do? You can answer in the affirmative what every parent and grandparent should be able to answer at the end of their time. Honey, I left the city in better shape than it was given to me. That's why we're here. Dig deep. They need you. God bless you, and have a wonderful holiday.